Howdy, I'm Alex Kaiser, and in case you were wondering, this is a show in the woods. Now, my plan for today is I'm going to call Alyssa Hiebert, and hopefully we'll have a nice chat. Hey, Alyssa, you up for an interview?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. All right, so I've got some pretty hard-hitting questions here. First and foremost, I know that we both share a love for a certain snowy province in Tamriel. So I was curious, what's your favorite city in Skyrim?
I like the one where, like, when you first go there, they're chopping the guy's head off.
Solitude?
Dude, yeah, that one's my favorite. I like the Blue Castle. That's the one with the Blue Castle, right?
I believe you mean the Blue Palace.
I like the Blue Castle. I like that it's Imperial. And I like, oh my god, I don't even know how to describe it. Because like, my last account, I was an archer. So I would go up on, like, the wall thing, and, like, I would just shoot targets from, like, super far away.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The big courtyard with the city guard train.
And then that's where they have the archery shot, too.
Yeah, the Fletcher. Oh geez, okay man, those are all very good, justifiable reasons why Solitude is the #1 spot in all of Skyrim. But let's talk about some of the interesting jobs you've had. I mean, the one that I know that was pretty interesting was that you were a tutor to people whose first language was French. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I know a little bit of French, not like a super lot, but I met a friend online, and he lives in New York City, and he is an immigrant from Haiti, so his native language is French and Haitian Creole. But I was able to just kind of help him with his English because he wanted to improve his English for work and just for everyday life. And so we worked on things like reading, writing, grammar, pronunciation, things like that. Yeah, and I had a good time doing it. He was a really cool guy. He's a good friend, too. Like, I still catch up with him once in a while. Shout out to you, McEvans. You're the homie.
But you're doing something new now, which I think is really cool. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I'm a supervised education worker in Milwaukee County. What I do is I oversee visits between parents and children who are CPS cases. So basically, get like CPS will like send in referrals to us of different cases that need. And like, okay, like Wednesday, Friday, mom has a visit with her 2 kids from like 3 to 5 o'clock, and then they find like workers who go, and we transport the kids typically. So we go pick them up from like their foster home, or sometimes they're staying with their grandma or something like that. So we pick them up, and then we take them to the visit. We oversee the visit, and then bring the kids home. And I love it. I really love it. I love the kids. And typically, I see a lot of improvements in the parents as well. They really, like, if the case is open, that means that the parents are doing well, and they're attending the visits, and they're being appropriately. And so I see improvements, and like, that's what to see, because when my kids are, get excited to, like, go over there and spend time with their parents. Yeah, it's nice. It's something that, like, I feel like I'm actually, like, making a difference in this job. Like, I didn't really feel like I was making a difference, like, waiting tables or anything. Like, I was miserable doing that kind of thing. But, like this, like, I feel like, I'm serving a purpose.
Hey, that's awesome, Melissa. I just want to say I think you're doing a good job, and I hope you keep up the good work. And hey, thanks for being willing to be interviewed. So I guess au revoir.
Yeah, you butchered that. Repeat after me. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
You know what? It was nice talking to you, Alyssa. See you, bye. Oh, God. Ooh, ooh. What was it again? Oh, sorry. I was just trying to remember what happened in the last episode. I seem to recall that I started reading Emily Dickinson. Ice is liquor, never brewed. From tankards, scooped and pearled. And then things kind of got fuzzy from there. Maybe this clip will help me remember what the code was. There, got it? My dudes, that's right. This camera, it is so helpful sometimes. Well, anywho, as you very well know, I use the stars to divine your horoscopes. But did you also know that other things are happening up there? Let's find out more about that in this episode's round of trivia about space! Question number 1. What happens to an astronaut's head in the first few days they spend in space? A. It gets fatter. B. It gets smaller. C. They develop space madness. Yeah, due to the whole no gravity in space thing, an astronaut's fluids will naturally float up to their, head. But there is a way to correct this somewhat. Lots of exercise and belts strapped to the top of your leg. Doesn't do anything for your ego, though. You still need a therapist for that one. Question number 2. Before we could send any humans into space, we first had to experiment with some expendable critters. Hector, the white rat, was one of these test subjects. But what was his nationality? Was he A. Argentinian, B. Russian, C. Fudufafa French? Luckily, Hector survived his 3-minute journey, and as rumor has it, one of his descendants became one of the finest chefs in all of Paris. Question number 3. During the 1970s, the American space station Skylab orbited the Earth, and I'm sure did many wonderful scientific things. But its most important groundbreaking innovation was what? A. Having a discotheque. B. Having a private toilet and shower. C. Having a slushing machine. Apparently, the shower took 2.5 hours to get going and also tended to leak. And so in order to more efficiently use their space time, the astronauts on board the Skylab usually didn't go taking a shower throughout the duration. Or at least, that was the excuse they gave their mothers back on Earth. Now let's get back to the divination side of things with some fresh horoscopes. Aries, a man with a full mustache will come to you and say that he's an expert in foreign policy. He's not. Taurus, let your car take a break before it doesn't want to break. Gemini, you might find that shrinking something will be very therapeutic. Cancer, you'll think of an old idea you had to solve a current problem. Leo, if you kind of forget something, don't blame yourself. Blame your showrunners. Virgo, your timeliness will lead you to an unexpected adventure. Libra, you'll make a new friend upon open water. Scorpio, if it feels like the walls are closing in around you, you're probably in a structurally insecure building and you should get out immediately. Sagittarius, a day abstaining from mirrors and garlic will be beneficial to you. Capricorn, you'll need both the sun and the rain on your side if you wish to grow. Aquarius, be wary of the color brown in the next month. Pisces, you'll mend something broken into something even better. Did any of that mean anything to you? Who am I kidding? That doesn't matter because chaos is a ladder and we're going to learn how to climb it by reading Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince. It is to be noted that in seizing a state, one ought to consider all the injuries he will be obliged to inflict, and then proceed to inflict them all at once, so as to avoid a frequent repetition of such acts. Thus, he will be able to create a feeling of security among his subjects, and by benefiting them, win their approval. Anyone who acts otherwise, either through timidity or bad judgment, will always have to keep a dagger ready in his hand, nor will he ever be able to trust his subjects, since because of continually renewed injuries, they will never be able to feel safe with him. Injuries must be committed all at once, so that being savored less, they will arouse less resentment. Benefits, on the other hand, should be bestowed little by little, so as to be more fully savored. Above all, a prince should treat his subjects in such a way that no event, whether good or bad, will cause him to alter his conduct. For punishments inflicted in time of dire necessity come too late to be useful, and the good that one does then will also be fruitless, for it will seem forced by circumstances, and no one will feel in any way grateful. Well, wasn't that illuminating? Unfortunately, that's where we're going to have to end things for today, but I promise you, you will learn more with each and every future episode of A Show in the Woods. And I want to thank you personally for watching this episode. And if you watched the other episodes, I want to thank you again. I mean, awesome, dude. And if you think this is cool, you think this is your jam, feel free to share it with your friends. I don't care, that's fine. But before you do so, there's one more thing I want to share with you. Just a second. Let me rearrange myself here a little bit. Okay, here we go. And that's it. All right, bye.